I'm going to be doing my January first impressions video today. It's New Year's Eve when I'm filming this, so Happy New Year. So I've got a ginormous box, literally. I've got loads of products to try out today. So it's probably going to be a long video, sorry about that, but I've got a lot to try out today. Oh my god. Literally, I've got a giant box just full of makeup to try. So exciting. I'm not kidding, but I've got more than enough for every single aspect of my face. There's nothing that I will be missing out here. So if you haven't already got the gist of it, basically what I do in these videos is every month, more or less every month, I will buy a considerable amount of makeup. I will try and get enough to do like a full face with of products that I'm just like intrigued by and want to check out. And then I will just literally try them all on my face and give you my first impressions of them. I always start with eyeshadow. If I have eyeshadow to try, I'll always start with it because I don't like to do heavy eyeshadow over the top of like foundation and a base because the chances are you're going to get fallout and it's going to ruin it all. So that's why I like to do my eyeshadow first. So I'm going to go straight in and start with my eyes. Obviously I want a kind of base before I put the eyeshadows on, and I have actually got 3 different concealers. They're all kind of colour correcting ones though. I've got the MUA Pro Base Prime and Conceal Correcting Cream. This is the green one. I'm obviously not going to use this for my eyes because this is more of a redness concealer, but I thought I'd mention it now because why not. And I also got 2 Max Factor CC Colour Correcting little stick things. One is the Corrects Dark Spots Light. It's kind of like a peachy pink colour. And the other one is the Correcting Under Eye Circles one, and this is more of a yellow one. So I think what I'll do is use the yellow one on my eyes because I get like purple kind of veins on my eyes, and yellow is supposed to kind of correct that. So I'm going to use this to prime my eyelids. Okay, I think the coverage of that is actually really good. My one issue with it is it's a little bit dry, so if you've got like really dry skin, you might have some issues with that. Fortunately, I don't have dry skin. My skin's more combination oily, so it works fine for me. It blended really easily just with a finger, and I actually think the coverage of that's really good. I just want to set that in place now, and the powder I've got is the MUA Set and Reflect Finishing Kit, and this has a powder and a highlighter in it. Yeah, so this comes with like a highlighter kind of thing at the top. I'm not going to use this I don't think today, but it does actually look really nice, so I'll just swatch it for you. So that's it on my finger. It's actually quite pigmented, and I'll just... Oh my god. I just put it on my hand there. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is quite a pigmented, goldy, nice highlight. I might try that out at some point, but I won't in this video. And then at the bottom, we've got just like a kind of white translucent powder, which is fabulous, and I'm going to use that to just set that concealer in place. I thought I did a pretty damn good job at setting that, and I'll have to see what it's like on the rest of my face obviously before I can fully comment on it, but it did a good job at just mattifying and setting that concealer down. I've got 2 different palettes to try out. This first one was actually a freebie, I think, when you spent a certain amount on L'Oreal products. And this is the L'Oreal La Palette Nude. And this is what it looks like, and I think it looks super pretty, just a nice kind of nudie palette. And the other eyeshadow palette I got is from MUA. I've got a lot of MUA products, by the way, because I ordered off their website. This is the MUA Luxe Paradise Plush Plum and Copper 10 Shade palette, and this is what it looks like. Doesn't it look amazing? Looks great. One thing that really bothered me about this is that I expected it to be a lot bigger. Like I expected it to be kind of like I expected it to be more like this kind of size, but it came and it was so small. I was really shocked by that, but oh well, I guess. And they're all kind of like shimmery colours. So actually I think using both of these palettes together might work because you've got your kind of more matte ones and then your shimmery ones. So I'll probably try and mix and match both of these for my eyeshadow. I really need one of those things. YouTuber Soph Does Nails was talking about these recently. She had these little things that you put your makeup brushes in, and it kind of gets rid of like the excess like colours on them. I really need one of those. I think to start with, I'm going to get a mixture of these two colours here. One's a kind of like a taupey brown and one's a more kind of light brown. But I'm going to mix those two together and just run them through my crease. That worked really well. It's like a little crease slash transition shade. And considering I saw some reviews that said this palette was just bad and not pigmented, well, I thought that worked pretty damn well. I kind of want to deepen that crease a little bit more, so I'm going to go in with this slightly darker grey brown colour that I've got my finger on here. And I'm just going to again go over the crease with that to kind of darken it up a little bit. Right, I'm going to go in with the MUA palette now, and I'm just debating what I want to use. I think I'm just going to go in with the really intense gold colour right in the middle that I've got my finger on, just because it's literally calling out to me. I just need to try this. So it's literally like a proper like goldy colour, and I'm just going to get my finger and pat this on the kind of main part of my eyelid there, just underneath all the stuff I've done. But that was amazingly pigmented, awesome. You're probably wondering, why am I not blending anything? And I'm wondering that too, so I need to do some blending. Okay, I'm gonna get this colour right at the end in the MUA palette. It's kind of like a really pale pink, glimmery colour right at the end here. And I'm just gonna kind of put that under my brow bone. I'm going to get this slightly darker coppery colour from the MUA palette. This one I've got my finger on right here. I'm going to pack a little bit of that to the outer third. Alright, I want to make this a bit smokier, so I'm going to get this kind of blacky grey colour on the end here, the L'Oreal palette. And again, I'm going to run this kind of the outer crease area and the outer third area. I think I might just leave my eyeshadow at that. I probably could do more with it, but I don't really know what. But I'm dying to try some more of the colours in this MUA palette. Like this kind of like royal pink colour at the end looks amazing. I really want to try that. As well as some kind of lilac-y one next to it. I think they could work together possibly as well as like a kind of girly pinky eyeshadow look. So I'm dying to try those, and basically I'm dying to try everything in this, but I actually think these palettes worked really well, to be honest. Right, next I'm going to use some eyeliner on my waterlines, and the eyeliner I've got to use is the L'Oreal Infallible Stylo Eyeliner 24 waterproof, and this is 301 Night Day Black. Is basically a black colour, and it's one of those kind of windy up pencil things. So I am just going to do my waterlines with this. I feel like the lighting's gone a bit dodgy, but I ain't got any other choice right now. It's just gonna have to do. Okay, I'm really impressed with that black eyeliner. It was really pigmented, as you can see, and dramatic. It glided on really nicely. It wasn't too dry or anything. Yes. And I quite like, I don't know, I feel like these kind of styler things work really well when you're doing like your top waterline. I don't know why, but I feel like they work really well with this kind of applicator. Next I'm going to do mascara, and I'm going to do my top lashes for now. I'll come back to my bottom ones, but I've got two mascaras to try. One was a Max Factor freebie that I got, and this was the False Lash Effect mascara, and the other one that I've got is L'Oreal Mega Volume Miss Hippie. And I think this is the one I'll use. I think I'm just gonna put this one aside for now. Sorry, Max Factor mascara. But I'm really intrigued with this L'Oreal one. It's not in the kind of same packaging as the Miss Mango ones. And I haven't used that in ages, but I do remember absolutely loving that when I did use it. So hopefully it's kind of similar to that one. Let's just go straight in for it. Okay, I'm quite blown away by this mascara. I think it's really good. So volumizing, lengthening, thickening, all of the things you need. I feel like L'Oreal just generally always gets mascaras right. Like, I don't think I've tried a bad mascara from L'Oreal. I really like the Superstar one. And like I said before, the Miss Mango one, I remember absolutely loving that. So I feel like L'Oreal is just great with mascaras. And this, I think, is amazing as well. So now I'm going to move on to my base. Now that the eyes are done, I will come back to them to do like the bottom bit later. But for now, they are done. I do have a primer to use, and this again was a freebie with Max Factor. Basically it came with a mascara, this primer, and a lip gloss, which is this red one, which I'm not going to use, but I thought I might as well show it. So I thought that was a pretty cool freebie, to be honest. I think I got it when I got the concealers. I'm going to use this primer. It's the Facefinity All Day Primer, and it's like a white colour. I think it's kind of like a moisturiser consistency. I'm just shaking it up. I don't know whether you need to, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, I've just pumped some on my hand. It's quite watery, so be careful of that. And I'm just gonna, I'm basically just gonna kind of put this on the same way I'd put a moisturiser and just rub it in all over. Don't really know what to say about that primer, really. It just kind of went on like a moisturiser, you know. It was quite tacky, which I guess is good because it means the product's probably going to stick to it well. But it blended in quite nicely. It's got quite a nice texture, so no complaints really. But I don't know, primers are always kind of hard to comment on really anyway because they go on translucent. So I'm going to go back into the three concealers that I mentioned earlier. And I think again I'll start with the yellow one. And I'm just going to do under my eyes with this. So again, I like the coverage of it, but just to reiterate what I said earlier, it is quite dry, so if you've got really dry skin, you're probably not going to like this. But I personally think it's pretty good. I quite like the coverage of it. Alright, I'm going to use the MUA green colour corrector now, and I'm just going to use this on all the red places on my face, which is like everywhere. It's not everywhere, just on like kind of blemishes, blemish scars, and on my nose, because my nose is just always red. Did tone down the redness, but I feel like it kind of blended a bit weirdly, like it was almost like it was drying, but like whilst I was blending it. So maybe if you're using it, kind of do one bit and then blend it straight away, if you know what I mean, as opposed to like doing your whole thing and then blending it, because I do feel like it was kind of going a little strange when I was blending it. So I kind of want to go over the top of that just to see if I can get any more coverage with the dark spots one, which is, like I said, a kind of light pink colour. I'm just going to kind of go over similar sort of areas with this and just see what happens. I actually find that using your fingers to blend these works a little bit more, the Max Factor ones, than a sponge, if that makes sense, but I think that did give a little bit more coverage. Definitely has kind of left a bit of a pink tint, but hopefully that will just kind of go once I put foundation over the top. Okay, so for foundation, I've got the Bourjous 123 Perfect Foundation, which is this one, and it's in the shade 51 Light Vanilla, and this is definitely going to be too dark for me. I just know it from when I swatched it on my hand. So Normally in these videos I would just want to use the foundation on its own, but I'm going to have to use a white mix of this because I just know it's going to be too dark and I don't want to look really odd. I'm going to mix it with my Manic Panic Dream Tone white foundation. Just for reference, that's what the colour looks like. I mean, for me personally, that's just a little bit too dark. That's what it looks like with a bit of white foundation mixed into it. You're probably thinking you've got a little bit too much there. Well, I probably have. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of put a little bit on my face and then dip my sponge into the back of my hand and build up that foundation. Minor the colour issue. This is actually pretty good foundation. I think the coverage is really good and I just like the way it looks personally. I think it's really nice, but it's just a little bit too dark, so I think Bourjous, maybe you should try and get some paler shades. And while you're at it, probably get some darker shades as well, because everybody needs more foundation shades really. I almost forgot that I have to use blush and bronzer before I set my face, because basically when I was on the MUA website I got these two products. They're both Whipped Velvet bronzers and blushes, and for some reason I didn't put together in my head that a product that's called Whipped would be a cream product, and I thought that these would be powders for some reason, because generally speaking I much prefer powdered like blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and I do cream ones because I don't know, I just prefer them, to be honest. And when you do cream ones you have to go to all the trouble of putting it on before you set your face, because otherwise it will go on really weird on the top of powder. So I don't know, maybe these will be really good and I'll be converted to the cream blush bronzer thing, but we're going to give them a go anyway. So obviously I'm going to do these before I set my face. And I'm going to start with the bronzer, and this is the Majestic Glide. No, not Majestic Glide. The Majestic Guiled. What does guiled mean? I don't know, but that's what it looks like. I'll just take the lid off. There you go. You can see my finger swatching there. Just wait for that to focus for you. It is quite like a glimmery one. It's not like completely matte. It's got a bit of like shimmer in it. You don't know the best way to apply this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip this Expert face brush into it and then kind of put it on my cheekbones and hope for the best. It's definitely going onto the brush, so. Okay, yeah, we've got some pigment there. I actually quite like this. I mean, it's more of a kind of subtle bronze, which I personally do prefer, like blushes, bronzers. I prefer them to be a little bit more subtle, to be honest, because I don't know, I think just because of my skin tone, I think it works when they're a bit more subtle. Because if you do like, when you've got pale skin, if you do like really heavy blush and bronzer, it just looks really obvious, if that makes sense. Whereas if you've got slightly kind of more medium to dark skin, it kind of sinks more into your skin naturally, if that makes sense. I might just be talking a load of gobbledygook there, not gonna lie. So the Whipped Velvet blush that I've got is called Chi Chi. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a corally pink colour. It's quite pretty. I'm gonna just use the same brush, I guess, and just pop it on my kind of apples of my cheeks. Just like smile and then pat it on and then go back in with the sponge. Okay, I quite like that as well. Again, it's quite subtle. I mean, you could make it more, losing my voice there. I mean, you could make it more kind of heavy if you wanted to. Obviously, just don't blend it as much. But obviously, I kind of blended the shit out of that because I don't want it to be too much. But again, I think that's actually quite cute. I actually quite like those products. Considering I was a little bit skeptical of them, actually, I think they're pretty good. I'm going to go back in with the same powder that I used, obviously, and that's the MUA Set and Reflect one. And I can't, oh my god, this thing is like so, ugh. Yes, there we go. I really like that. It just like super mattified it, and I don't know, it just has like quite a like flawless finish, if that makes sense. And my foot is literally got so numb. I've got highlighters to use now, and I have two actually. First one's a Makeup Obsession highlighter, and this is called Moon. I got the one called Pearl, I think, a few months ago. I think it was my November first impressions I used that in, and I really liked that one. But this was the shade that I really wanted the most. And it is like a kind of lilac-y, shimmery colour, and honestly it looks beautiful. When I swatched it, it was really nice, so hopefully that translates onto the face well. And this looks like it'd be really good for like my skin tone, if that makes sense. I don't know, why would that not make sense? Of course that makes sense. The other highlight I've got is from MUA. It's the Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter in Golden Scintillation. Scintillation? It is literally gold. I have another MUA Undress Your Skin one, and that's the iridescent gold one, I think. I've got it here actually, it's this one. So this one obviously is really good for pale skin. This one, I'm not sure if this will work for my skin tone, but I don't know, I just got it because like it was gold and it was really nice, but I don't know whether it's going to work for my skin tone. In all honesty, I think I could use this as like a bronzer, and I might be crazy, but I think I might actually give it a go as a bronzer. Well, I'm actually going to use it as a bronzer because I really want to try it, but I also want to use the other one as like a proper highlighter, so I'm gonna get the Golden Skintication, or whatever, however that's pronounced, and I'm just gonna use this little Makeup Revolution brush and just brush it through my cheekbones and just see what happens. I think that actually worked. I can't see it very well because of the lighting. I might just get my flash and my camera and see if I can see it properly. Okay, it looks very glimmery under the flash, but it's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. Oh my god, I've got a giant glare in my eye now. Oh god, that's so bad. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Moon by Makeup Obsession now and highlight the usual areas. That highlighter is insane. I think I found my new favourite highlighter. Right, I'm just going to blend it out slightly. Sorry that you can't see it very well because of the lighting, but trust me, it's really good. Right, so I'm going to do my eyebrows next. I've got two products to try. The first one is the Sleek Eyebrow Stylist in Dark. I'll just get it out of the box. Okay, so it's got one spoolie on one end, and then it's got the brow product, which is kind of weird in that it's like a kind of diagonal shaped little thing, if you can see, which I've not seen before in an eyebrow product, but there you go. And then I also got the tinted brow mascara from MUA. This is the dark brown one. So I will use this to kind of set my brows in place. I'm just going to put a little bit of clear gel in them to start with though, just to kind of like neaten them up a bit. Right, so I'm just going to use both of these products now. I actually quite like that Sleek Brow product. It's a little bit hard to apply because of the angle of it, but I actually think it did a good job. Right, so I'm going to go and use the MUA Tinted Brow Mascara now to set that in place. I'd say use that brow gel sparingly because I've kind of put a bit too much on in this bit of my eye and it's kind of clogged up a little bit. I think I'm going to try and brush it out with a spoolie and see what happens. Okay, well they definitely set them in place. It's just a little bit thick, and now I feel like my eyebrows look really thick and weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, shit. Just zoom out so you can see what I mean. They look a bit too thick now, don't they? Oh my god, I don't know if I like them now. Like, they looked good before I put the bloody tinted brow gel in them, which might have effed them up slightly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just going to go back in with the L'Oreal palette and get the dark brown colour here and kind of smoke that out under my eyes. I'm going to try and get a bit of this whitey glimmery colour at the end as well and see if I can pack a bit of that into my inner corner. I am going to go back in with the L'Oreal mascara and just do my bottom lashes. Okay, that works really good on the bottom lashes as well. And I've got a bit of a smudge here. Whoops. Alright, I kind of moved my camera a bit, so lighting slightly better, but not a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to finish off this look with lipstick. And I have two lipsticks, again from MUA. Like I said, I've got loads of stuff from MUA. And they're the Velvet Lip Liqueurs, as you can see. This first one I've got is in the shade Symphonic. And it's kind of like a grey purple kind of colour. It's quite cool actually, I really like it. And the other one I've got is called Poise. I was really confused for a minute there. Yeah, it's called Poise, and this is more of a kind of pinky, browny, nudie kind of colour. So I want to try both of these, but because they're liquid lipsticks, I'm worried that it's gonna like dry down and be really hard to get off, but we're just gonna have to give it a go. Right, I'm gonna try Symphonic first. Well, I applied that absolutely terribly, not gonna lie, but it is super pretty actually. I really like it. It is a tiny little, like, bit patchy when you put it on. Like, you have to kind of build it up quite a bit, but the colour is so unique. Like, I've not seen a colour like this. Like, it's purple, but it's not like a really vampy purple. It's kind of like a kind of in the middle somewhere, where it's like, it's not a light purple, but it's not dark purple. It's like a kind of medium toned purple with a bit of like a grey tone to it as well. It's quite a unique shade. I've not really tried one like this before or seen one like this before. And it's got quite a good formula in that it's basically just like a normal liquid lipstick, and that it dries matte, because I mean I've barely had it on for that long and I can already feel it drying down to matte. So if you're the kind of person that likes a really matte lip, these are good. It is just a tiny bit patchy, that's my one issue with it really. And also that I can't apply it properly, but that's my own fault, not the lipsticks. We're gonna go in with Poise now, which is more of a kind of wearable, more natural shade. But I mean, I say that, but it also looks quite dark, so maybe it isn't. We'll have to try it and find out. I really like the colour. It is actually quite a, like, you know, neutral shade, which is good because I'm the kind of person that I have like a really intense dark vampy lip, or I like a kind of more kind of nudie, brown, pinky, beigey kind of shade. Those are my kind of favourite lip colours. Okay, so I guess we are all finished then. The face turned out good. There wasn't really any products that I disliked a lot. There were some that I had like minor issues with, like the MUA brown mascara. I found a little bit like too thick and clumpy when I was putting it on, but again, that could just be how I was using it. Like, maybe I'd be able to get it to work. I found that the MUA green concealer was good. It was really thick and it did cover redness, but it was just like kind of, it blended out a little bit strangely, so I'll have to kind of find a different way to kind of blend that. But I mean, overall, all of the base products were really good, because I'm looking at my skin and it looks like really like flawless, so I can't complain too much about those base products, because I think that my base looks really good actually. Honestly, I just think everything I tried was just like really good. Like the eyeshadows, really good. The MUA and the L'Oreal palette, just really good. I was surprised by the like kind of cream blush and bronzers. Like, I think they worked really well, and I was really like kind of annoyed that I got these by accident because I wanted powder products, but they actually worked really well, and like you can still see them through like the powder. I mean, it does kind of tone it down a bit, but I think they're actually really good, and I'm obsessed with this Makeup Obsession highlight. I think that is beautiful and perfect for my skin tone. I really like the powder in this Set and Reflect kit from MUA. I don't know, I feel like this is the thing that's making it look flawless. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know, I just feel like it mattified it and it just gave like this kind of airbrush finish almost. So I really like the powder in this, and I've still got to try the highlight, but the highlight looked really nice as well. The mascara was really good, really thick and volumizing. Thought that was amazing. I hope that this will give you some ideas of some makeup that you should check out based on my opinions. So, yeah. Alright, so thanks for watching. Have a nice new year, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.